welcome to Vibrant Morning here in BTV Kenya. Now, Vibrant Morning brings you what is in the People Daily newspaper, that is brief of the People Daily newspaper review. You got the opportunity to grab your copy and read much more comprehensively. Remember, BTV Kenya, your home live TV. Every morning we are here. You can follow us on YouTube, that is BTV Kenya. You can follow us on Facebook page Blackman TV. You can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram, BTV Kenya. Remember, your feedback are very, very important as they help us to know where we're reaching from and how to enhance the services that we deliver to you. Now, this morning, I'm privileged to have with me in the studio my co-host Lennox Odede. Right before me, then on the farthest end is Mr. Akoko Kosiki, who is also part of this team, and we hope everything is going to go well. Now, before I introduce them officially, because we're going to have a lot of discussion here, but let us get to look to what we have on the People Daily newspaper cover page. But I see Odede is busy doing something very, very crucial. Let me give him an opportunity to say hi.
Hi.
Thank you so much, Mr. Lennox. You are very, 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 very strict to instructions.
Yeah.
Mr. Kosiki, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kosiki. Now, looking onto the cover page of People Daily newspaper, the big story of the day, how Ruto Machinary killed brave Gen Zs. Now, that's a story which is on page 4 of the People Daily newspaper, and you can see, armed with flags of a country they were brought up to love, young protesters died under hail of bullets, demanding after governance from regime they believe is keen to steal their future. Now, that is what is on the cover page of the People Daily. And also we see on the same page 2, on page 2 also we see a story there, expert raise alarm as malaria cases hit 5 million. And also down there we also see on page 17, beyond bombs and color of national celebration. That is also there. Irony as million for women lie idle in banks. Irony as millions for women lie idle in banks. That is also there. We're going to look into that much and more. Now, getting into what we have on the People Daily newspaper. But before we get into that, Mr. Lennox, what is happening? What is taking place in Migori County? You and Mr. Koko, you've got to tell us what is actually happening in Migori County.
Good morning once again, our dear viewers. Once again in Migori County, first of all, parents are taking their children back to school, and a lot of parents are really crying that hakuna pesa. Hata booksellers pia wanalia hakuna pesa. They're wondering, there's no money circulation, and they were saying that they thought that there would be money circulation in the counties, but haiko. But some parents again are saying that they are really prepared because this is second term. Second term is not as heavy as first term, and so that is what is happening countrywide. Another thing is that yesterday we had the regional commissioner, Madam Flora Moroa, who visited Migori County, especially in Rongo, whereby he conducted a public participation, took the views of the people who lives around the controversial church, that is the Melchior St. Joseph's Mission Church, whereby it was officially closed down or shut down, and it is under security personnel, and the 57 congregants who did not want to seek medical attention are also being held in 9 different police stations across the county, and awaiting their case to be heard in after 30 days. Probably that will be on 23rd or 20th next month. So that is, and he said that he thanked the people for giving them some more crucial information, and because someone said in that public participation that high-end vehicles were going into that premises, and they were wondering, because if you compare the kind of people who are there and the kind of high-end vehicles which were getting in there, it is something different. It is can I call it paradox, something like that. And then they also claimed that the people, or rather the security personnel, that is the chief, or that the police officers and all those people were involved in the church, like they could go there, extort money from them and all that. And so Flora Moroa said that they are going to do a crackdown on all churches which have got no registration license, and they're going to ensure that each and every officer or government official who is involved in the controversial church saga will be brought to book. And I think that's all that is happening in the county of Migori. When it comes to politics, we've not seen much from the governor, but on Sunday we saw MP Suna West, Peter Masara, conducting an Arambe, which was aimed at supporting the talents, the young talents that the Suna West FC United, and the Harambe, they got around 1.5 million shillings. And remember, Suna West FC, they are in position 2 in Division 2. That's the league they participate in, and they are in position 2. So it means that that one was a way of motivating them, so that at least they can move from Division 2 to Division 1. And again, we hope that as they move from Division 2 to Division 1, the next step they will move to Division National Super League after Division 1, and then later maybe Kenya Premier League if grace allows them. And so we are very happy that the MP is really supporting talents, and he blamed the MCS from Wasweta 2, from not Wasweta 2 but from Suna West. He blamed the MCS from Suna West for not attending that function, because the people who plays in the Suna West FC, they are people who are coming from across the constituency, and so it means that even MCA at least would have done something. And we saw, in as much as maybe there's a political trust between Fatuma and Masara, we saw Fatuma Mohammed at least sending her contribution, and he sent around 15,000 shillings, and we were very happy and see that at least these two people can at least put their political differences aside, and at least Fatuma Mohammed can put her political differences aside with the MP Suna West Masara and support wananchi ambao walimpea kura, because remember, Suna West FC consists of youths, and those youths, in as much as they are players, number two, they are voters. So it means that if you don't remember them when they need you, it means that they won't remember you when you will need them. And so we never saw the hands of the governor there. We never saw the hands of any MCA there, any Wasweta 2 MCA, any Suna West MCA. I mean, sorry, I don't know why I'm so much into, maybe because I come from Wasweta 2.
Okay. Okay.
So we never saw we never saw elected MCAs from Suna West at least contributing, but we saw the nominated MCA Ann Kie at least bringing her 10,000 shillings to the contribution. So I only want to laud Fatuma Mohammed for at least putting aside the differences that they have with and at least supporting something that Masara organized, at least to support the youths. At least when the youths went home, they said, "Oh, we saw someone sent by Fatuma Mohammed."
Okay, thank you so
Yes.
much. I don't know whether Mr. Coco has something to say in regards to that, or whether you want to contribute on
I just wanted to allude to what my brother just spoken about. Just to begin with, we saw a good number of politicians coming together. We saw Mwabe, who eyed for gubernatorial position 2022. He was in the ballot paper. We saw Pamela. We saw Sona West, member of parliament. These people were talking about unity. How I wish they could remain united like that.
You see, when you talk about unity, I fail to understand if you say these people are talking about unity. And yesterday, I was in the same event. I did hear Mwabe saying it will be done, and he is not waiting. He is waiting for the person to come.
The three people who were together, the event was so peaceful, despite the fact that Mwabe is eyeing for the same position, the same gubernatorial position. Pamela also, and right now Sona West.
And we saw Gongo, who also contested together with Masara.
So these tsunamis, the tsunamis, this from the same region. You know they have political differences, particularly during elections. But right now, we saw them teaming up together. They teamed up together. Are you getting me? That was an indication that they said people could as well work together. Masara organized for a funded drive. Like he has said it before. I'm a little bit, okay, there is no problem with that. You know, we need to nurture talents. Are you getting me? After that fund drive, they play all those categories. What next? Nowadays, talents pay. Talents pay than even education itself. We have Marega. I didn't know his academic status, but as it's period now, McDonald Marega is a billionaire. You had a story about Wanyama, Victor Wanyama. Right now, he's a billionaire. Hii mambo ya tu uchezaji. How I wish our leaders should actually determine the potential of our youths. They're not supposed to use youth as a political tool. Why do they engage youth, particularly when we are now approaching elections? Where were they immediately after 2022 general election? Where were they 2023? Where were they 2024?
Are you directing
I'm talking.
I'm just
brother,
asking a question.
Engaging you is very difficult.
Are you directing your question to the event which was organized by Mheshimiwa Peter Masara? Because
that is what I'm alluding to.
Okay. It is good to clarify.
I'm just trying to ask myself, where were they before? Why wait such long until 2 years to general election? That is why at times I support Nyamita. Nyamita used to be a patron. I don't know whether he's still a patron to Migori youth. He started some years ago, just immediately after the election. Are you getting me? It is not a matter of bringing these youth together. It is a matter of helping them to find a way of earning a living, not bringing them together. I had Mheshimiwa Masara saying, he was perturbed. He was like asking himself, where the MCs? These people are together. You will one day look for them. Are you getting me? Such like things. Let us stop looking for these youths with an intention of getting their votes, but let us help them nurture their talents so that they also find a way of earning a living. Are you getting me?
I'm getting it. Yeah.
That aside, unity is the recipe for any development. I want these politicians from Suna region, my good friend Mwabe, remain united. My good mother, Dr. Pamela Odiambo, you remain united. My friend Masara, remain united. Sit down, come up with one candidate, then you will beat this Ochilo. Should you come together, each and everyone is just stamping, you will go nowhere.
You see what's happening? I think we should be very careful when we use terms. You can't address a governor, a president of the country.
What is the name of the governor?
At this Ochilo.
Yes, Ochilo is the governor.
But you don't say this Ochilo. At least
This
respect.
The problem, let me tell you one thing. How you understand the things totally different. We have what we call the nomenclature. The double naming system, we call it the nomenclature. You have your name. Okay, I don't know. We can refer to somebody as Mr. Or Honorable.
Yes.
That is what the law dictates. Are you with me? I'm calling him Ochilo because that is his name.
I don't have a problem with that.
I called Mwabe.
I have a problem.
I called Masara.
You see,
Honorable, these are titles.
you see, I don't have a problem with that.
Calling somebody
Yes, we have a problem.
titles.
You see,
Brother,
just a minute.
let us
Yes, we have a problem.
you will continue having problems every now and again.
It's okay.
So learn to
You
solve
can't
your own
address
problems.
Even you, if I'll address
I'm
you,
a
these are
Koko.
Koko.
Yes, I'm
What
a
is
Koko.
These are Koko.
This is I'm a Koko.
That's the meaning, right?
I've never demeaned anybody. Anyway, what makes the difference is our level of understanding, how we understand things, how he understands things, and how that person understands things is different. Everything me.
So you
I've
just
never,
in order somebody
I've
says this are
never
Koko.
committed any crime, and I will never apologize.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't want you to apologize, but I thought when we're addressing leaders, we need to have kind of give due respect where it deserves. You know, if I say this a Koko, I believe it doesn't sound all
have I
right.
ever used any abusive term?
I've not said you've used.
So then what is your problem? Let us continue because you will not agree.
So another thing is that yesterday 5 people lost their lives in the ongoing clashes at Angata by Koi, and it is something so unfortunate. And I saw someone, I think that guy is an MP, and I really blame him. There's a video clip I saw, and I believe Akoko, you even saw it.
Circulating.
Circulating an MP confronting security personnel who at least went to I don't know, yeah, I can say they went to make peace. Because, you know, Angata Barikoi land is something that it's around 7,800 acres of land, piece of land, and we really need peace. So I think the people who went there were just they are people who went to seek, or rather to look on possible ways to at least make peace in that area, and then chaos erupted. And I even saw one security personnel alidungwa mishale kwa kichwa, and I'm still wondering whether the mishale ilitolewa ama bado. It is a very shocking incident, and we really need peace. We really need to live and embrace each other. So please, the government, this is something at least you can handle, because I believe if you convene a meeting with the other side first, talk to them, let them tell you their grievances, let them talk anything that at least they can talk about. Later, take the other community, have a meeting with them far from the area of contention, get their grievances, and then later bring these people together. Just make sure you bring them together, but in a neutral place, that at least they can talk and understand each other, so that at least I'm not a security expert, and I'm not a mediating expert, but I'm just giving out a suggestion. The government should come out with possible ways to at least conclude this Angata Barikoi saga, so that at least people can live in peace.
Okay.
Yes.
It was a very sad incident.
Yeah.
We hope peace is coming to that place. Now, still in Migori, yesterday, Governor Ochilo visited the Marindi market.
I've got no idea.
Yes, and
We were never invited.
We have
When,
got no idea.
when such activities are taking place,
Let him tell us more.
the fourth members of the state should be invited. He never invited anybody. So I don't want to make a comment on what Governor Ochilo did.
Let Gadi
the day.
tell us more.
What happened?
you decided to talk, so I handed over the microphone.
No.
I handed over the microphone to you because I was telling what happened.
I can't talk
I'm
about
waiting for you.
I can't talk about what Governor Ochilo did yesterday.
Then
I
let
wasn't
him talk.
there. I was never invited.
Gadi
So
was
if
there.
you are invited, camera and you.
No,
Tell-
that is Akoko today you're so
I handed over the microphone to
today you're so bitter, bwana.
I must be bitter.
Which side of the bed did you wake up?
We are taking children back to school.
Okay, now
We are taking children back to school.
now Akoko is doing what is called the misplaced aggressiveness.
No, it's not a matter of misplaced aggressiveness. What I'm trying to do, we've been pushed to the wall. We have been pushed by this government to the wall to an extent that we can't even eat. We can't even eat.
Okay, as we are being.
But the fact remains that, let me just remind my friend,
friend.
let me just remind my brother, I have no idea about what Governor Ochilo did yesterday.
Okay, he is informing us because we were also informing
I
him.
was just informing of what happened. What happened in Migori County.
Did you witness
Migori
that?
Town.
Did you witness that? Were you there?
Listen, my friend.
Okay, let him tell us. Then we move
Do you
to
want to
people's
speak?
day.
I've handed over the microphone to you.
That is what we used to do as journalists. Never attend any function that you are not invited to attend. That is where we go wrong. I decided that I will never ever at any point in life attend any function that I'm not invited to attend.
As
Okay,
a Coco, let me ask
tell
you,
us more.
as a Coco, is it a must that the governor must tell you?
Not the
everything?
governor. Not the governor. If the governor feels it,
He
Okay.
has a communication
Yes.
team. Chana.
exactly.
So
Why do we have communication
Must
team?
he tell you?
Yes, why not? One day will be hit up below the belt because you attend an event that you're not invited.
My friend, I've been hit above the belt. You're still talking about below
But
the
this
belt.
time around you will be
I've
hit
been
beyond the
right
belt.
on the belt.
You will be hit below the belt.
Okay, no problem. So, like I was saying earlier, yesterday Governor Ochilo visited the market, Marindi market, and as he was doing the inspection, what I could say to be so, he happened to dish out some umbrellas to women to help them shade as they wait for the launching officially of the Marindi market. That's part of what happened in the county, even though Akoko doesn't want to point out that. It is okay, I have pointed out that. You see, one thing that we must agree
Why
on-
do they celebrate? I can see them here celebrating. They've been given umbrella. Yet they are where they work. They are working they operate their business in a pathetic condition, in a pathetic situation.
What do you
Just
mean
one
pathetic
and two.
situation?
Just last month here.
Akoko, if you have indifferences with the governor, approach the governor, solve your issues.
And you know he comes from the same constituency with the government.
Let me remind my brother Gagi about something.
I don't know to remind
As a journalist, you should not take a side. You are the mirror
I'm
of the society.
mirror, but if
So
something good has been done, I'm supposed to do that to come.
when I'm expressing my views, you can't limitize me follow this direction.
You see, Akoko.
I've got no problem with the governor, but I'm reminding His Excellency Governor Chilo, let him work with the people that voted him.
But that is part of the work.
Are you getting me?
That's
I'm
part
just
of the
there to
work.
remind him, not that I'm looking down upon him.
Those who work
We are
in
coming
market,
from the same place.
Those who work in
Coming
the
from the same place with the governor does not make me be silenced when things are not in order.
I've not said you to be
So,
silent.
let me tell you one thing, my brother, my younger brother. As a concerned citizen, leave alone as a media person, as a concerned citizen, we have brothers, sisters, mothers, and so on and so forth that are doing their business there. They are operating with their business there.
In the market.
So he did a good thing. Work on an umbrella.
Good.
Because
I appreciate that.
work on an umbrella. I've appreciated that. But that is just but in an infinitive. Just but an infinitive.
That
The
is
most
how you
important thing, in my own view, I'm not talking about your mind. I don't know what you think.
Good.
Brother,
I love the way now you're speaking.
I don't know how you're thinking right now. We differ in terms of thought and understanding. Let me keep quiet. Do you know what I've said?
I know what you said.
I'm now quiet. Let me keep quiet. Let me keep quiet a bit. What have I said?
I don't.
You don't know. So you are not aware of what I'm thinking. So
that's true.
don't force me to think alongside.
I don't
you.
want you to think that.
So I'm saying it is good those people were given umbrellas, but that is not enough. That is just about an infinitive, a decimal.
In your opinion.
A decimal.
In your opinion.
I'm speaking about my own opinion, not you.
Yes. But to those who are given the umbrella.
Why do you want us to think the same? I'm saying that one we appreciate, but let him do something tangible, not issuing out people with umbrellas. Why? Why giving out people umbrellas? Yet that environment is so pathetic and everything is at stake.
What do you mean everything is pathetic in that environment?
Have you ever seen that place?
I've been there.
Don't talk about something that you've seen in social media, brother.
My friend, I live in Uruba.
You are not.
Where that market is situated.
That market is at Marindi, not Aruba.
What's
Aruba is a very big area. You are
What's
living. You are staying those sides of Nyangubueas. You Dagote corner. That market is situated here at Unyinjo. So don't tell us what you going through over there. I'm reminding my long-term friend. I'm reminding my governor Ayako. We appreciate what he has been doing, but it is not enough.
Good. Now you have spoken. Say
The problem with you, brother, as a journalist, what you kuchukua side ya mtu.
Akoko, this is
We are not here to defend somebody.
Akoko.
We are here to say things as they appear.
Isaiah Gagi never took side. Isaiah Gagi was just informing us what happened.
Yes.
Just as I was informing you guys.
I'm in a discussion with the birds from the same.
No. Just as I was informing you that Flora Moro, the county commissioner,
my panel,
the regional commissioner came.
I'm in a conversation with the birds from the same feathers.
No, it's not.
You keep on flocking together. Let us continue.
He was just informing us what governor did. Just as I was informing you people what Flora Moroa, the regional commissioner, came here to do yesterday. Just as I informed you of what MP Peter Masara came here. The only problem is
I never argued. By the time we were talking, I never argued because you put things the way it appeared.
No.
But your brother here on my left hand side is like campaigning. Brother, you can never be a journalist at the same time you have your preferred candidate.
The only problem is...
Now that you've identified this problem, now tell him his problem.
The only problem is...
Listen, you are being taught. Teach him. I'm now grown old.
Okay.
The only problem which Akoko was opposing is that...
the problem with him, not Akoko was opposing.
No.
His main problem. Remind him about his main problem.
Is that the activity, journalists learned it via social media. And you know, most of the time, journalists don't verify social media, the most of the time they are news, they are stories from bloggers. And
Exactly.
you know, with bloggers,
Exaggerated.
they can do something to impress their boss. You know, so that's the only problem. But it is something which happened.
Yes.
Yes, it happened. So the
I
only
can't
problem is
substantiate that. I was never invited.
No communication personnel was invited. That's why Akoko is
I'm not yet
finding
campaign for
hard
governor
to-
because he was never invited.
He was never invited. That's the
Yes,
problem.
yes, that's the problem.
It's
Even
not-
if he was never involved in
I was
but
not- I
maybe
was never involved
if
in
a
that
colleague of
activity.
his was at least invited,
No
then
one.
he would have accepted it.
Yes.
But none of his colleague was.
Were you invited?
I was not invited.
So what do you want to talk about something that you are not attending?
Let's move to people's daily.
So Gagi, omit Facebook, omit bloggers post.
My friend,
Tell us something that you can substantiate.
I'm telling you what I have evidence. I can.
These
give you
are
the footage, I
pictures
can
from
give you the
bloggers.
videos.
These are pictures from. Let us go to People Daily. Irony has millions for women lying in idle whatever in banks.
Now you've taken over the show from.
No.
Now you are the host.
Have it back with you. Now I'm getting annoyed. You can't drive me crazy just because I'm old. Remember, old is gold.
Sometimes you make my day in the morning. I really love the way you do it. Okay, let us jump. Since Akoko does not want me to brief you of what happened in Migori County, on what the governor did, okay, let us move to the People Daily. Now, looking onto the cover page of the People Daily, Akoko, I'm beginning with you. How Ruto Machinary killed
Brave Gen
Gen
Zs.
Zs. Now, this story actually is propping up, is coming as a result of what BBC,
Almost a year later.
yeah, almost a year later,
Yeah.
as a result of what BBC
Did.
feature story that BBC did. Now, that is what this big story is coming from. What is your take about it?
It is so ironical, quite uncouth, to see a government that its main responsibility is to take care of its people, is killing the same people. Just because they are picketing, and picketing is there in the constitution. That is why I did say, and I will repeat, those that are in power ought to have left that position. Why do you kill someone's son, yet your children are under tight security back at home? I don't know whether Baba saw this.
Okay.
These pictures here.
Okay.
It is high time we ought to have left this broad-based government 50 years ago. As soon as the other day.
Okay.
We cannot defend a government that kills our people.
Sorry.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting.
We can never be in this government. Young, brilliant, young, able and energetic youth like myself were being brutalized. Hello? Were being killed just because they are talking about their concerns. A good number are not employed, yet they went to school. A good number cannot earn a living. We old people, are you aware that in our constitution, somebody who has attained the age of 65 is not supposed, is not supposed to be juogod. Is not supposed to be juogod means what?
To be taxed.
It's not supposed to be taxed. Anybody at the age of 60, you're not supposed to pay taxes. You must be spoon-fed. The government should know how are you eating at home, where do you sleep, are you being taken to the hospital, and so on and so forth. But here, how I wish my able governor Yako, please lead us out of that government. Lead us out of this national government. Talk to Baba. We are fed up. I have a friend. Let me tell you my thing, brother. during James's process, the second day, the second week, when they ventured into parliament, I was there. And I was among the Protestants. Tulikuwa na Ian Byron. You remember?
Yeah, I remember. When one of you lost his phone.
Yes.
You went to the parliament?
I was among that team.
Who went in the parliament?
I was among those Protestants.
Parliament. Who invaded the parliament?
Brother.
And you stand here reading to us a constitution.
Don't talk.
How do you get in?
Picketing is there in the constitution. Learn to know your
you
constitution.
To get into the parliament and destroy things.
I was in Kitengela. I went to Mololongo. From Mololongo, nilikuwa Roysiambu. From Roysiambu, nilikuja mpaka Nairobi from parliament. The constitution allows me to do that. Let the government follow. Let the government. Let
constitution give you the
let this government follow my phone. My phone. Nilikuwa huko.
My question is, does the constitution allows you to picket inside the parliament?
Anywhere. We were anywhere. I never said I was in the parliament. I never said, brother, sit at home. If you can't fight for yourself, sit there at home. We'll help you. We can never be led by this kakistocracy.
Akoko, I've been keeping quiet to let you finish.
I will not finish.
Okay, now let me speak. Then I'll let you speak. and,
okay.
And please don't interrupt me. I have 3 minutes to explain what I want to explain. 3 or 4 minutes, and please don't interrupt me. Number one, we saw the how do we call it?
Yes.
The documentary. But I want to at least disagree with the documentary based on 2 or 3 issues. Number one, we saw a young man who claims to be a student of journalism being interviewed in that documentary. And the young man claimed that...
He claimed?
Yeah, the young man claimed that the first 2 victims who are shot dead, he was near them, or rather he was with them. Now, number one, this is somebody you've met for the first time. How sure are you that he's the one? Because in that surrounding, people are running helter-skelter up and down. And
how I wish you were there. You are talking from a point of ignorance because you were not there. You were here.
I'm not requested. You were here. When you were speaking, I was quiet, Akoko. When you are speaking, so let me answer the part, the ignorance part, because when the Maandamano was going on in Nairobi,
you were here to Migori.
I was here in Migori also covering Maandamano.
Yes.
And we would go with our super director, Blackman. And
so you were
he had a drone.
You were talking about what happened in Nairobi to Migori.
No.
Unless you are telling us what happened in Migori.
The same thing that happened in Nairobi happened in Migori, because I saw police
but
officer.
There was a different magnitude.
I understand.
Continue.
Because number one, we saw people being shot at the bridge. I saw someone being shot hadi akalala chini hapo kwa bridge. Hii upande wa footbridge. Yes. So it is just the same narrative. It is just the same narrative. Now, number two, the person who was giving us the story, or rather the feature story, never told us, or rather never showed us the picture of the journalist. His position, not really the picture, but his position during the 2 incidences, like the way they could zoom the shooter and the shootee,
and the person who was shot.
Yeah, the shooter, they could zoom them. I expected them to at least zoom the same person who was giving that narrative that I was there. Now, number two, Akoko, I'm not against the demonstration because it is something that is in the constitution.
It is a constitution.
It is a,
Umefanya story mtu akebakwa na mwenye amebaka mtu. Sasa ukileta story yako mwenye amebakwa pia picha yake inatoka.
We are not talking about
you hide that. You hide that. So
no, what they was the person was not hiding. Alifichwa.
No.
Akufichwa. So it means that they were supposed to tell us when the incidences were happening. They were supposed to tell us now this is this is so and so alikuwa karibu na so and so mwenye alishutiwa. That is it. That is what I mean. But angefichwa sura ama uso wake ungekuwa blurred.
It was a well done research.
Then
accurate.
No, we are just trying to do, and again that is done because maybe that is just one limitation that we could just look at. So that is done. That is it. Now number 2, we are not against. I am me personally, and I think I had told you.
So you are against the researcher?
No, I'm not against, but I was just highlighting some of the limitations that I found some of the loopholes that I found in that feature story. Now, number 2, personally,
it was a story that was done by
BBC,
an international media.
No, being done by an international media doesn't
media
mean
house.
that it can't have limitations. Now we have to ask a lot of questions. Yeah.
You are saying something. Please.
Now my last point. I'm not against demonstration. I'm not against demonstration. Why is a coco distracted? You should protect me.
It's distracting me.
Yeah, it's distracting me. Now, I'm not against demonstration, but I am against in how the demonstrations were done. Because number 1, most of the time you will find, I loved how maybe you see there was this day when Okia Mutata was having a demonstration. I think the demonstration was peaceful the whole day.
Yeah.
Sindio? But here comes a case whereby people are demonstrating and then they are confronting the police officers. Some even went as far as going to look for the police officers themselves. I saw it here in Migori, and I'm sorry to you, I'm using an example because I was here in Migori. They were demonstrating and they never saw any police officer. It means that the police officer left them to do whatever they wanted to do. Because, in absence of police officer, number 1, there's no looting.
Yes.
In absence of police officer, number 2, there's no throwing of stones.
In absence?
So, yeah. When they are absent, why?
Who are you going to throw stones?
Who are you going to throw stones at? So they went, they marched to the police station, main police station, that is Migori Central Police Station located at Suna East. They went there to demand they need police officers. Chanting maandamano bila tear gas si maandamano. And you could see some people saying that. Now, number 2, parliament premises is a protected area. Because you can't just enter there without following the procedure and all that. Even in the county assembly of Migori, you can't just go there now ingie tu hivi na utoke, because you will be treated as a criminal. Because umeingia hapo bila kufuata.
Your 4 minutes is gone.
Yeah,
your 4 minutes is gone.
Yeah, hata huyu hajaongea. I am speaking, Gagi hajaongea. So don't
Gagi is the moderator.
Yeah, but he has to speak. His voice lazima asikike. So that is a protected area. So it means that when pindi tu utakapoingia pale bila idhini ya kuingia, then you are a criminal because no one knows your intention. So, again, you saw they even went to the cafeteria. They chafuad everything.
They were angry.
They chafuad everything. They even went to the, how do we call that?
Staff.
The nini yokitu nini Sergeant Atamu ubeba wakati session inaanza alafu inaenda inawekwa hapo. It has a name here. Someone went and carried it. Ameibeba. Someone went, took the emblem, the Republic of Kenya,
That
whatever.
is how they were expressing their anger.
You know,
That is how they express
and you
their
are taking
anger.
it from where
How
it
do you
is not-
express your anger? How does one
You know-
express his or her anger? Brother, no
so
picketing.
you
no
don't have to
picketing,
vandalize. In as much as you are expressing your
picketing.
anger,
The reason
you
as to
don't
why they
have
were
to
doing that,
So
the reason, let me
are you
tell you,
supporting vandalism? In short, you are supporting vandalism.
to some extent.
Good. So
When,
you are supporting vandalism.
when diplomacy fails, what happens? We apply force.
So you support vandalism.
I support a situation whereby when diplomacy fails, force is the only option.
You see,
Brother,
Leonard.
in life, when diplomacy fails, what happens?
You know, Akoko,
Force will prevail.
This is it.
Whoever goes
you are
first.
You are not trained to handle a gun. Why must you?
None of the Gen
Just the sense-
none of the Gen Zs carried guns.
Yeah, it is
None
true.
of them
Okay,
had a gun.
you are not. Okay,
They,
what I'm
they
trying
only
to
had
bring,
the cards. They have.
you
They
are not allowed.
they only had a handkerchiefs.
When you go to the county assembly,
Why
of
must you
let me
shoot
ask
somebody
you.
with the handkerchief?
Let me ask you. When you go to the county assembly of Migori, when you go to the county assembly of Migori right now, are you allowed to sit on the speaker's chair?
To some extent.
You see, Mr.
Akoko, I think
What I'm saying,
you-
what I'm saying, brother.
I-
Let me tell you one thing.
Are you allowed to speak on the speaker's chair?
to sit on the speaker's chair.
Or even
No.
But
Yeah,
why
no.
were you saying to some extent?
People
So
were
that is what they
they
did.
were picketing.
Because number one, they were not allowed
How do you
to enter the
express? How do you
parliament.
express your anger?
They were
How
not
do you
allowed
how
to
we
enter
express,
the
brother?
parliament.
Akoko.
They were not
When
allowed
somebody
to
is an
carry
emotional,
anything.
when someone is an emotional, you may do some things that are contrary.
Okay,
to the
where
rule
were
of
they taking those things they took?
Still to the parliament.
They took them out of parliament. Now, where were they taking them?
I went to the parliament. The reason being, I wanted to see my member of parliament, Walter Wino.
But they did. So waliingia kwa hiyo chapa.
So I'm asking Walter Wino, why did you run? Walter Wino, why did you run? I'm asking him.
So,
Brother, let me conclude. Let me conclude by saying this.
I was speaking.
Let me conclude by saying this. Let us respect people's life.
A minute, Akoko.
Let's respect people's life.
A minute. Let us have a constructive
Now,
talk.
This is
when,
engagement.
I'm almost concluding. Then I let
You
Gagi
won't
speak.
finish. I know you very well.
But when the demonstration began in the morning, until the time when they vermeared the parliament, that is when the shooting began. Why? Because now they were out of order. What they were doing was very wrong. They are entering in a protected area. Because a member of parliament is a people's property. Like Suna West MP is our property as the people of Suna West. So if you want
Suna West property is a representative.
Yes, he's a representative, but my vote took him there. So he's my property. He needs to at least give me
So do you want to tell me
a return.
Suna member of parliament only garnered a single vote? Only your vote?
Akoko, thank you so much.
I've
Thank you
concluded.
so much. You have denied Odede the humble time that we gave him, so that
I gave him the humble time, but he can't give me the humble time.
That is who Akoko is. He always says listening is part of, but he doesn't listen. So we understand him. Now, allow me to put this in regards to what happened. Number one, constitutionally, we are allowed to demonstrate, picket, and express our grievances. But it comes to a point whereby that freedom, that right, can be denied.
Yeah.
We all have the right and the freedom of speech. But now when that speech now turns to a hate speech, when it turns to abuse, then now it is not a right.
Yeah.
Then you will not be able to be given that opportunity to express yourself, because that is not right. Now, I also have some challenge with the documentary.
Yeah.
Number one, we don't know. At first, it started well where you could differentiate between a Gen Z and somebody who is not a Gen Z. Because the Gen Zs all over the country, number one, they had handkerchiefs, they were dressed in black, and actually they
And
did
white.
their things.
And they were carrying Bluetooth speakers and all that.
Yes.
Mhm.
Actually, they picketed peacefully. The Gen Zs picketed peacefully. They demonstrated peacefully. I covered the event here in Gori. From the beginning to the end, I came and interviewed their representative here in the studio.
Who was there?
We marched all the way
From number.
from Namba to the other side of town,
But unfortunately,
and after that, they gave out what they had. But immediately they finished the demonstration, and we are back here in the office, in the studio, deliberating. You still hear tear gas. People are chasing the police. The police are chasing the people. So they were not able to, the documentary is not able to specify, is this a Gen Z? Is this not a Gen Z? Number two, they term it bloody parliament or blood parliament.
We had the two groups. No, they were not from the Gen Z themselves.
in fact,
We have the Gen Z and the millennials. Are you getting me?
yeah, we've got you.
So we have the Gen Z's protest and the millennials.
So
these are the two people.
So millennials' protest was not peaceful. The
No.
Gen Z's protest was peaceful.
No,
What are you trying to say?
we can't have a peaceful protest. We can't. Because it's a way of expressing one's anger. You can't.
Okay, can you explain yourself, guys?
I'm waiting.
Can you fight when you're sober?
I've decided
Can
to
you
become.
fight when you're sober?
Yes.
You can't.
Yes,
You can't.
you can.
But why must you fight? Yet there is a dialogue. Dialogue is an option.
That is why I said when diplomacy fails, people do apply force.
But
It is
when
surrounding-
did they apply
under
diplomacy?
constitutional dispensation.
Okay, Akoko, tell us
It is there.
when these people applied diplomacy.
Hmm?
Tell us when they applied diplomacy and how it
They
failed.
never carried any merchant. They only carried white
No,
handkerchiefs.
that one was already they went
None
to the
of them
street.
carried any assembly.
Before going to the street,
Police.
did they apply diplomacy? Because once you are going to the street, now you are not applying diplomacy. You are applying force. Now, before going
What
to the
happened?
street,
I tell you
did
what
they
happened.
apply that diplomacy you are talking about?
Kenye ilitendeka hiyo jinsi protest
Akoko.
ilinyakuliwa
Akoko, let me.
na wajambazi.
Akoko, let me.
You are contradicting yourself.
I'm not contradicting myself. Those people did nothing wrong.
You are supporting the protest now. You are saying ilinyakuliwa na wajambazi.
Ndio. I support the protest. Lakini the problem by the time
You've not answered my question. I asked you that before these people went to the street, did they apply diplomacy? Because once you have decided to go to street, then it means that you are applying force. Even if you are working somewhere, then you decided to go on a go-slow strike. It means that now you are applying force, right?
I never knew my friend could have been such much behind.
I'm not behind, but I want to be enlightened. Just enlighten me. When did they apply that diplomacy?
Sir, let me enlighten you a little bit.
And you have 1 minute because Gagi was still
He hasn't
speaking.
given me a minute. When people are expressing their concern, you cannot sit down in the house. You go out on streets. That is what we call picketing. It is there in the constitution.
Is it
minute.
force or diplomacy? I asked you,
Listen.
when did they apply diplomacy before going to the street? You are already in the street.
It is done in
Take me back to when they applied diplomacy.
It is done in a diplomatic manner.
You have not answered my question.
People walk on the streets expressing their concern. How do you express your concern when seated at home?
Akoko, let me ask you a question.
Let
me
this
ask you a
government-
question.
let Mheshimiwa William Ruto heshimu watu wengine.
No, I've not understood you. So just allow me ask you a question. When you have a problem, maybe in your workplace, and then you decide, no, let us have a meeting.
I employed I am employed by somebody.
Yeah. So
But
you just
Kenyans are not employed there. You are the government.
relax.
You are the government.
You relax.
We are all shareholders.
Uh-huh.
Are you getting me? Nikiwa na shida na mkubwa wangu hapa nitanyenyekea. But when I'm a shareholder here, the microphone is mine, whatever is here, whatever is here. We will not apply force. Let's come down and we negotiate. Akikata, what do I do? I should apply.
But there is no point in time
we
when
are all Kenyans. Each and everyone is a shareholder. This country belongs to all of
Mr.
us.
Isaiah, can you continue?
This country belongs to all of us. It belongs to Wakikuyu, it belongs to Luos, it belongs to the Kusaites, it belongs to the Bandus, it belongs to everybody. Picketing is there in the constitution. What this government should do,
But
then
picketing,
let them
Akoko,
respect.
Picketing
Picketing
is allowed
cannot-
in the constitution.
Yes.
It is it
In
is
a
right
very
to do
diplomatic
that.
manner.
Listen.
But when diplomacy
But
fails,
listen,
people apply
it does
force.
not give you a right
Mm.
to, number one, distract properties of other people.
Who did so?
Number two,
The conmen were there,
listen,
not the youth.
Akoko,
The
listen.
real Gen Zs never stole anything. The real Gen Zs were only shot dead, were brutalized. It's very painful. Do you have children? Oh, you told me that your child is just 3 weeks old. That is why you...
No, that is now personal
doesn't
life.
pain you.
That is now someone's personal life. Can you
A
continue?
real
there?
parent like myself, it is very painful.
What
Sitting down,
if it was your child who was shot in that incident?
that is why I'm reasoning with you like an adult. One day, one time you will reach my age and you will see how painful it appears. Now speak like this.
And
Utapata mjukuu. Siku moja utapata mjukuu, you will cry fool.
Okay. I love the calm atmosphere now. Akoko, you down now?
He's done. He won't
I'm
speak
not
again.
done. It's
Okay.
very painful.
I understand Akoko, but
It pains me
it's okay.
to see young people being killed
Yeah.
just because they have expressed their concern. Let us continue.
Okay. I see the producers throw the tune of the
Time rape for third liberation struggle. That is my concern. Where my concern is. Take me there.
looking at the tune of the day. Let us look at the tune of the day on page 10, because Akoko jumped before us. Now, looking at the tune of the day, we are seeing here His Excellency the President William Ruto, the image of the President William Ruto, and we also see the image of the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga,
That is the page.
and we also see the image of one
That is the page.
Page 10.
kingpin from Mount Kenya, that is Rigathi Gachagua, the former impeached deputy president. And we see the president is doing construction, is constructing a house, is building a house somewhere, and there with the Prime Minister Raila Odinga. And what they are building, the building breaks, one is free education, the other break rates democracy, the other break rates state jobs, the other breaks is affordable housing, the other break is SHA, the third break, the other break is security, and the last break he's holding in his hand is loans.
But who is that behind Ruto?
That's the former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga.
Oh,
And
and
that
we
is
can
his
see
Yes.
this other guy is Rigathi Gachagua.
Yes. And he's saying, this is what Rigathi Gachagua is saying. Lies. The wall has already started cracking.
Mhm.
And you look at the wall has cracked.
Yeah, it's really cracking. But you know, my interest is in the state jobs.
Mhm.
My interest is in the state jobs.
Mhm.
The other time I saw someone being appointed as an advisor to the president. And I know here now we will agree with Akoko. Akoko, you remember that person? Okay, let me just mention the name.
Very well.
Jaoko Oburu Odinga. Who is Jaoko Oburu Odinga?
A son to the youth representative at the parliament, senate. Uburu Dinga is close to 90 years old.
Yet he is the youth representative.
Youth representative.
You begin to wonder.
Somebody is referred to as a youth representative at the age of 90.
Now,
which country is that?
when you look at these state jobs, they are being given to who do you know and who are you in the society? Because now, look at it. You know why let me just take you back to the demonstrations. The Gen Zs demonstrated, yes. But where are they in the government? Where are they? Where are the likes of Akoko in the broad-based government? They are nowhere to be seen. We just see like when you hear, or rather when you see Jaoko Oburu Odinga being given a state job, yet when you look at the position of his father, you look at the position of his aunt, when you look at the position of maybe his cousin, because it is in the Odinga's family where we have the senator, we have the woman rep, we have the MP in Iala, who is she's the daughter to Raila, right? Now we can see Oburu Odinga's son being appointed as and there are many more.
Oburu himself is youth representative, youth what?
So in as much as the Gen Zs fought for what they term as liberation in quote, they are forgotten. So
I like the way you are now reasoning.
No, see, huku nipea time nimaliza.
You are like a scholar.
Huku nipea wakati.
You are not a real journalist.
You did not give me time. You did not give me time to finish because I was telling you that I was not supporting.
You are speaking words of wisdom.
I was not supporting.
Gagi, listen to him very carefully. Talk.
I'm trying to tell you, Akoko, that you did not give us time to finish.
Now get done.
Yeah, you did not give us time to express ourselves.
The building is full of cracks.
Yeah, so
Shy is not, but okay.
Things are not working, and we have to be really worried because, in as much as things are not working yet, some people are telling us we are in this broad-based government. We came here to assist, and we still oppose the government from inside. Yet, that is it.
Okay. Akoko,
I just want to add something
please,
on top.
just in a minute.
I want to...
In a minute, please.
This building is not yet done, but it's full of cracks.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Full of cracks. And the Gachagua is pointing at these cracks. This building is not yet completed, but it is full of cracks. As we speak right now, Shai is not fully operational. People are crying. The other day, I had a sick person at St. Joseph from here. Affordable houses, not working. We are being told that those that are employed by the government, there are some reduction. You are not yet employed by the government. Will you be given a shelter there? Democracy. How? We are not in a democratic country. How can we be in a democratic whereby when you speak your mind, you are being assassinated just because you've spoken your mind? I'm calling upon His Excellency Honorable Odinga. This house is going to collapse as soon as possible. We are not. But please take us out of that building.
Your 1 minute is done.
Take us out of that meeting, that building.
Your 1 minute is done.
Cracks are an indication that this house is going to fall as soon as possible.
So, thank you so
I'm
much.
calling upon my dear brothers from Lur region and whatever. It is high time we are needed to part ways.
Okay. Akoko, your 1 minute is done, but I want to add you another minute to read one of the quotes of the day from Kuria West MP Matthias Robi.
Those are Matthias Robi.
On the same page, please.
He is among the press and worship team.
Okay, what is Matthias Robi? Just read the quote of the day.
Matiang'i cannot defeat Ruto if they never managed last time. They cannot do it. Now, if I contest, he cannot defeat me. Katika lugha ya Kijaluo tunasema ya kwamba enyanyoga lengra. This gentleman here, he has been defeated every now and again.
But he's currently the Kuria West MP.
But he has been selling those elections.
Do you have evidence
to prove that? Yes, of course I have. So this gentleman, you know, like I said it before, I can't see myself, Mr. Producer. Like I said it before. Like I said it before.
Okay, just say it. It's okay.
Like I said it before. This gentleman here, he is in the praise and worship team. He cannot defeat Matiang'i.
You are just
Matiang'i was voted by the GNCs like myself. We will give him, we will accord him support. Are you getting me? So this gentleman here, this Matthias Robi, Matthias Robi, let me remind you that Fred Matiang'i is not your league.
Okay, I gave you the opportunity to read the quote.
Maybe Mapera against it, you can play, your league is Mapera against Hispania. That is your league. You cannot compare yourself with Matiang'i, that you can defeat Matiang'i. You can't.
Okay.
You can't.
Okay.
Matiang'i is a national figure. We saw what he did during ICT. It was in the ICT department. We saw what he did. Matiang'i again, interior. We saw what he did. Education. His track record.
let me read a quote from
let me start.
Central Imenti MP. Central.
Kenya is bigger than Korea.
Okay, Mr. Minister, that is Education CS Julius Ogamba. Why do you want this important old university that has trained many teachers to go down? Please do something about it. That is Central Imenti MP Moses Kirima. I think he's speaking about Nairobi University.
Yeah, and what's going on?
And what is going on there? And you take Chairman Lenny Kivuti, because I can't see quote of the thought of the day.
Thought of the day today is not here. I wonder why
these people are really messing me up. They were really giving me wisdom.
Okay, let me take on
what's the wisdom?
On the quote of the day from Chairman Lenny Kivuti. Our Devolution Empowerment Party has been sidelined by Kenya Kwanza government, by Kenya Kwanza administration since inception. And therefore, we will want to first strengthen the party and come back as equal partner in any negotiation. Now he's talking about now this is the time now the parties are now aligning themselves. Now because
you have to strengthen your party.
Yes, you have to strengthen your party so that you have a leeway to bargain.
Yeah.
Now I want to finish with Akoko. I want him to finish fast.
You already gave him time to finish
No.
by reading the quote of the day.
The quote of the day.
Yeah.
Akoko said the last word. Please,
I
implore you to take 30 seconds. I implore you to take 30 seconds.
I won't even take even 2 minutes.
I don't want not 2 minutes, I'm saying 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
it is my privilege to be here with you. My senior colleague, Mr. Gagi, thank you very much for having given me such an opportunity to be here. I'm appealing to the leaders, please let us respect each and every one of us.